I never wanted to make a video like this. I realize there's a lot of negativity in the world, and personally I don't like to add to it. Honestly, that's why I canceled the Silver Scream series last year. The movies became so awful, and I was watching them one after the other. I don't want to become just another angry movie commentator. And no offense to those creators, or if you like those creators, it's just not for me. As some of you know, I've made videos on a variety of topics, one of which being Star Wars. Star Wars is a franchise where the slightest comment can land you in a whole lot of turmoil. That's why I don't really like to say my opinions out loud. So I usually try to stay out of the conversation. Let me enjoy my movies and shows in peace. However, this time I couldn't just let it be. This was an annoyance too loud to ignore. This got to me personally. You know what I hate more than angry Star Wars fans? AI list videos. Because YouTube hates me, I was recommended a low-effort AI video on Star Wars theories. On one hand, I didn't want to support the video due to the low effort and lazy nature of it, but on the other hand, I was curious. I was curious about the theories, so I clicked it. And now, having listened to all of those theories, I am here to rank them in a tier list. I'll be ranking them on how much I liked them, S tier being pretty cool and F tier being absolute dog shit. Apologies for the angry video, I need it out. I've been holding on to it for a little while and I just need it gone. So hopefully, after this video, I'll be over it. Let's begin. Alrighty, so the first one is that Obi-Wan and Padme were in a secret relationship. The theory states that Obi-Wan had unrequited feelings for Padme during episode 3, and that escalated all the way up to an affair. This theory is based on the now cut plotline from that movie where Palpatine tries to convince Anakin that that affair is actually happening. The whole point is that it wasn't, it was a lie. Regardless of whether it was based on anything or not, this theory is really upsetting. Everyone knows that Obi-Wan loved one woman and one woman only, a teen. But I have to give this theory a little bit of props for actually being based on something. I still don't like it though, so D tier. The second theory is that Boba Fett killed Luke's aunt and uncle. The theory states that the Empire hired Boba Fett to hunt down the droid C-3PO and R2-D2 in Hope. When he came across Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, he killed them. This theory is proven by the fact that they died via flamethrower, a weapon that they only show Boba Fett to have, and that Vader said no disintegrations to Boba Fett in episode 5, possibly calling back to their deaths on Tatooine. It's a nice theory, but it doesn't hold up location or logistic-wise, so B tier. Alright, the next theory is actually one of my favorites. The theory states that Mace Windu lived. People believe Mace Windu survived the fall in episode 3. I personally love this theory. It's my own personal headcanon. I refuse to believe that a Jedi as powerful as Mace Windu died so unceremoniously. I would love to read a novel or watch a movie on a war-torn Mace Windu surviving in the underworld of Coruscant, living with the failure and watching the Empire rise around him as he is powerless to do anything. It would be such an amazing story. So, S tier. The next one is a pretty popular one in Star Wars circles, that Jar Jar is a Sith Lord. Ignoring the fact that this was the original plan for the character back when he was made in episode 1, the theory kinda loses its steam once you think about it a little bit more. Sure, Jar Jar helped Palpatine rise to power with the emergency powers that he got during wartime, but it's a little far-fetched to say that he's also a Sith Lord. However, this theory is still popular with Star Wars fans, so it has that going for it. C tier. Our next theory is that Leia knows the truth. The theory states that Leia knew that she was Luke's sister the entire time, and there are so many reasons why I hate this theory. One, it makes all the kisses they share really weird. And 2, she says in episode 6 that she felt like she always knew. You can't really call it a theory if the character said that she always knew in the canon. D tier. Our next theory is that Finn from the sequel trilogy is Force sensitive. Not only is this a fantastic theory, I personally believe that this is what Finn was trying to tell Rey throughout episode 9. please make this happen. I promise you it'll pay off and everyone will be happy. Please make this happen. A tier. Our next theory is that Palpatine killed Anakin's mother Shmi to have Anakin confide in him more rather than his own mother. I don't know, guys. I don't think the Sand People killing Shmi was Palpatine's doing. Not everything has to be Palpatine's doing. I feel like that was Anakin's great trial, and he reacted the way he reacted regardless of what the Cloak Man did. E tier. Next up, we have the Endor extinction theory. This theory states that the second Death Star exploding in Episode 6 caused a mass extinction on Endor. This would be pretty interesting if, at the end of Episode 6, you didn't see the Ewoks celebrating with the cast not dying. D tier. Our next theory comes from Episode 4, A New Hope. The theory states that when Obi-Wan meets R2-D2 and C-3PO for the first time in the movie, he's only pretending not to recognize them, having fought alongside them during the Clone Wars. The theory states that he's pretending not to know them for strategy. No shit! This isn't a theory, it's a fact. This theory goes in F tier. Our next theory tackles another sci-fi classic, E.T. This theory states that both Star Wars and E.T. share a similar universe because in the Senate in the prequel trilogy, if you look close enough at some of the shots, you can see E.T. and his species talking in the Senate. Sure, fine, yeah, you can have it. I'll give you it. Fine, I don't care. B tier. This next theory is a little absurd. Theory states that Han Solo is Indiana Jones. Hear me out. Either Indiana Jones is a product of Han Solo's carbonite sleep and he's a dream, or Indiana Jones is an alternate version of Han Solo, or Han Solo is Indiana Jones in the future. Out of all of those options, if I had to believe this theory, I would pick the carbonite dream rather than the alternate timeline or the time skip. But other than that, really holds no bearing. Can't really, because it's a dream theory, so anything goes. I'm gonna put this theory in C tier. This next one states that Palpatine fathered Anakin, that Palpatine manipulated the midichlorians in Shmi to give birth to Anakin. Palpatine doesn't have to do everything in Star Wars. Some stuff can just be unexplained by the will of the Force, It doesn't have to be all Palpatine's doing. I don't like this theory. I really don't. E tier. This next theory is really stupid. It states that Qui-Gon Jinn is Sifo-Dyas. Sifo-Dyas, if you don't know, was a master on the Jedi Council that went behind the Council's back and went to Kamino to order a clone army. The theory states that it was actually Qui-Gon Jinn under a false name, Sifo-Dyas. This is beyond stupid because they are two different characters. People on the council, especially Obi-Wan, who goes to Kamino, he knows Sifo-Dyas. So wouldn't you think if he didn't know who Sifo-Dyas was, that would mean that this theory would be true? But it's not, because he knows who Sifo-Dyas is. And also, I might be wrong timeline-wise, but I'm pretty sure Sifo-Dyas went to Kamino after the events of Episode 1. So how can Qui-Gon go to Kamino under the false name of Sifo-Dyas if he died in Episode 1? These are two different characters. Putting all of that aside, why would Qui-Gon be the one to order clones? Qui-Gon is very in touch with the Force and the flow of it through the universe. He's not one that would want to artificially clone an army for the Republic's use. That's not how his character is. Oh god, I'm sounding like an angry Star Wars fan already. I personally don't think Qui-Gon, of all the Jedi, would even think about manufacturing a clone army. F tier. This next theory states that Anakin and Grogu are dyads. What that essentially means is that both of them were born around the same time and thereby balance each other out in the Force. Because, yes. Yeah, sure. They balance each other out so much that they never interact. I need you guys to understand something. Anakin became Darth Vader. Yes, the most powerful Sith in the galaxy in the reign of the Empire. But he also threw Palpatine into the Death Star shaft, fulfilling the prophecy. Vader, aka Anakin, remains the chosen one throughout the the entire franchise. He's not the dark side incarnate. That's Palpatine. So if anything, Palpatine and Grogu would be dyads, with Anakin kind of stuck in between going one way or another. But again, it doesn't work out because they never interact. F tier. This is the Stormtrooper aim theory. The theory states that Stormtroopers' aim is so bad because it's actually the Force, shielding the people that they shoot at. This makes so much sense, doesn't it? Especially when the people that they shoot at aren't Force sensitive, like Han Solo. Guys, you can't just explain plot armor and have that be canon to the universe. And also, there's already an explanation to why Stormtroopers' aim is bad. Is because they stopped going with the genetically manufactured clones with perfect aim and started going with recruits around the Empire. It's flawed. It's a humanity flaw. Also, Captain Rex, a former clone, has gone on record saying the helmets that they make Stormtrooper use, that they suck and that he can't see out of them at all. This theory goes in E tier. Thankfully, our next theory isn't egregious. The theory states that K2SO doomed his entire droid line. It states that the Empire retired and exterminated the use of security droids because of K2SO. K2SO was hacked essentially and programmed to face against the Empire when he was originally working for the Empire. So if one droid is compromised, then all droids are compromised, and that's why you don't see them in the original trilogy, because the Empire essentially phased them all out after K2SO. I like this theory a lot. It actually makes sense, because if you have one super powerful droid fall in the hands of the enemy, you're obviously going to stop using that one super powerful droid. This was the one theory that actually made me stop and go, oh yeah! So that's why I'm putting it in A tier. Our next theory is a pretty common one around the internet. It says that R2-D2 is the narrator of Star Wars. And while this may be true for some of the movies, it doesn't explain series like Andor where he doesn't show up at all. Kinda loses its steam. C tier. Our next theory is that Mace Windu was jealous of Anakin for being the chosen one and not him. Don't do this. Don't try to explain away why Mace Windu is a jerk. He's just a jerk. He also seems like a very logical person. I don't entirely know if he even believes in the prophecy. Mace can sense Anakin's instability. That's why he doesn't trust him. He's reckless. He's careless. He does things for emotion and not for the common good of the Republic. No, Mace Windu does not want to become the chosen one. F tier. Our next theory is that Rey is a clone rather than being Palpatine's granddaughter, that she is a clone. I don't want to talk about this. I don't like this theory. F tier. Our next theory is that Leia is stronger than Luke, that Leia is a more powerful Force user than Luke. And I think this is something that they kind of say already in the movies. So, no duh. Like, once again, you can't call something a theory if it's practically canon in the movie. Okay, probably. Cool. Awesome. This theory still sucks because it's not a theory, it's kind of just canon. F tier. I just read what the next theory is and I'm already upset. This theory states that Darth Maul was the Phantom Menace. Maul was only a decoy so that Palpatine could rise to power.
Bruh.
You realize that's the whole point of the movie, right? You realize that's why they named it the Phantom Menace, right? That's the whole idea of the movie. You can't call the message of a movie a theory. Oh my God. Media literacy, it's important. It's why we make stories. Please. This is why I hated this video. This is why I hated that AI list video. Because of theories like this. F tier. Because no shit. Our next theory states that Ahsoka is stronger than Vader. Once again, no shit. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a little crazy right now, but I feel like the Padawan of the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy is gonna be very powerful themselves. So, yeah. Once again, no shit. That's why I hate this theory, because no shit Ahsoka's probably more powerful than Vader. Are you kidding me? This theory goes in F tier. Our next theory says that Vader's arc was the prophecy. It states that Darth Vader saving Luke in episode 6 wasn't out of compassion, but it was the wheels of the Force moving with the prophecy. This is stupid. The compassion in Vader's heart made the prophecy true, not the other way around. This theory goes in E tier. Our next theory states that Palpatine wanted to fix the galaxy, and that's why he created the Empire. He wanted to unify the galaxy under one government because he saw how crazy it was and wanted to unite it in peace. I hope this isn't a real thing that Star Wars fans think, because what you just did was justify fascism. So good on you for justifying fascism. Can you tell the sarcasm in my voice? Our final theory states that Solo and Rogue One take place in alternate timeline. Those movies and shows, they don't have Jedi in them, so it can't take place in the Jedi timeline. It has to take place in another timeline. This sucks, and I really doubt that anyone believes this. And if you truly believe that it takes place in a different timeline because there's no Jedi, then you and I, we need to have a talk. This theory goes in F tier. I think it's safe to say that a lot of these theories were made up to pad out the runtime on an already low effort video. If you can take anything away from this video, I hope it would be to not support those low effort lazy videos and not watch those low effort lazy channels. It's literally a robot writing stuff that isn't true, narrated by a robot who can't even pronounce names like Padme correctly. Don't support AI slop. That's the message of this video. Before I say goodbye, if you don't want to support AI and you do want to support smaller independent creators, then look no further than me. As of right now, we at Firework Films are working on our most ambitious project yet, a fantasy short film called Not Chosen. If the idea of a fantasy short film intrigues you, I would highly recommend you check out our pitch video here on the channel. And if you can, please consider donating to the GoFundMe that I will link in the description of this video. Thanks for watching me rant about Star Wars for a bit. I hope I wasn't too annoying. Bye!